You know what produces a better quality light than this? This little thing. That last video on reflectors was just the spark. This is the forest fire. I went crazy with reflectors. My God. And I just got to cover them all. I want to see everything that's out there. As you know, I want the most lightweight, portable, powerful stuff when I travel. And reflectors are the way to go because they don't blow over in the wind. They don't call a lot of attention when you're taking pictures. And they're 100 times brighter than softboxes. So that's most of the pictures I've ever taken were with reflectors. And so I just wanted to go through all of them and see which ones are the best. And some of this is going to blow your mind. I'm going to go from the little guys to the super big ones that you see some of these pros using. And I'm going to tell you, I know this isn't small and portable, but there is a place for that, and we'll get to that in a minute here. I'm going to demonstrate each one 3 different ways. I'm going to show you a pattern on a wall from 3 feet, which is 1 meter. I'm going to show you what it looks like indoors, and I'm going to show you what it looks like outdoors with 1 light and outdoors with 2 lights in the real world scenario. So let's just get right to it. Let's just plow right through all these reflectors. Let's start right away with the original Godox. This is the original ADR6. It's got a pebble texture to it. This is the standard 7-inch reflector. It has a really nice spread pattern or soft hot spots. Very friendly. Here's what it looks like with just the bare reflector indoors. And here's what it looks like outdoors coming from just the right side. And when you add a frosted diffuser to it, it helps a little bit even more. And here's what it looks like when you have 2 of them, 1 on each side. This is with no diffuser. And this is 2 of them with a diffuser. Very friendly. With the frosted diffuser, the spread pattern is really buttery smooth. And here's what that looks like on her. This isn't the brightest of the 7 inches, but it's the most friendly, soft one. So that's the original one, and it comes with the frosted diffuser, which is really cool. Now, you've heard me talking a lot about the RFT19. This is a super bright one because this concentrates all the light into a hot spot in the middle, which is not necessarily good because that hot spot is just too bright and it's too small for practical use. So you got to move the light further back. With a diffuser, it doesn't really help that much. This is a very powerful, aggressive light. If you put it way back, yeah, then that hot spot gets nice and big, but I've got better things to work with. If you want something that produces the same amount of light, but with a bigger, softer hot spot, we get to this one. Now, this one looks almost exactly like the Godox. Look at this. It looks like an exact clone, right? This is the Godox ADR6. This is the Neewer. I can't say that. This is the Neewer 7-inch. Look at that pebble texture is the exact same pebble texture. Everything looks exactly the same, but this thing is 1 stop brighter than this thing. It's an 18 centimeter standard reflector, 7-inch from Neewer. It's 2 times brighter than the Godox. It's the brightest of the 7 inches. It's harsh, but when you put on a frosted diffuser on it, it becomes tolerable and produces a really nice soft fall-off pattern. Okay, so that's that one. That one was a real surprise because I thought it'd be the exact same as the Godox. Now, next up, we have the left photo. You've heard me talk about this one. This is another 7-inch one here. This runs close behind. It's 3/10 of a stop less. It has a bigger hotspot than the Neewer, but to the eyes, this thing is super bright. It's better with a frosted diffuser. Has a really nice soft spread pattern. This is a good one to use, but I've got ones that I like even more now. So this is the left photo. Another 7-inch one here. I mentioned this one before. This has a unique pattern. This has what I call a fish scale pattern, which is kind of an interesting one. It has some really interesting qualities. It's really easy on the eyes. Even when there's no diffuser on it, it's really easy to look at. It has a really nice spread pattern. It doesn't even need a diffuser. It has the same brightness as the original Godox 7-inch. Very similar in many ways to the original Godox. I like this one a lot. All right, next up we have this one here, which I talked about. This one comes with the GVM SD80D. It looks like a small rocket engine, and it's just as powerful. It is bright. It scalds your eyes. It's better when you move back a few feet. Here's what it looks like when you back it up a few feet. Much better, much better. Here's what it looks like with 1 light indoors. So this is just the bare reflector, nothing all, just the bare reflector and the light. And here's what it looks like with 2 lights outdoors. It has a nice even spot. There's no wasted light. It's small and portable, and it's quite bright. It's half a stop less than the Neewer 7-inch. All right, next up we have the Godox AD-R9. This thing is the reflector that comes with the AD600 Pro. It's the newer style. It has a Bowens mount, but it doesn't click into the light that I'm using, which is the Ulanzi VL200. So you need a piece of tape to hold it on the top. But this thing is really, really nice. I like this one. It has a really nice smooth pattern, a really nice spread. It's not one of the brightest ones, but it has a really, really nice pattern. It's really easy on the eyes, and it produces a really nice, even light. People keep asking, what about magmod? Magmod. Okay, well, here's a magmod, okay? This is an interesting one. It pops open. So that's kind of cool. It's really interesting for travel because it collapses down to a small size, which is good, but it's heavy. This thing, so it's collapsible, which is good, but it's heavy, way heavier than one of these things. So as far as size, that's good, but for weight, if you're traveling and every ounce counts, this is kind of probably one of the heaviest ones here. This is the Magmod Reflector XL. It's $75, so it's not really that cheap. And it's not even very bright, but it creates a really nice, soft, even pattern, almost no hot spot, has a decent sized spot. It's kind of heavy, and it's 2 stops less than the left photo or the Neewer 7-inch. I think it's a great idea, but as it gets old, the rubber's going to crack, and the inside is like silver spray paint. I don't know. But it works well, and it does a good job. You just need to have it really close to you when you're using it, unfortunately. What it has going for it is it collapses small, and it has a nice, soft, even spot. So that's good. It's got some good qualities. Let's move on. So, let's just get right to what one of my most favorite has become one of my most favorite ones. This comes with the Wellmaking light. That's the little light, the little portable 80-watt light. It has a Bowens mount adapter on it, and this goes on out. So this is Bowens mount, and it comes with the Wellmaking 80-watt light. And this is it. I mean, this is just a tiny little, looks like a speed ring. You'll be surprised what this thing does. This thing will blow your mind. It's the little mini reflector. It's just 0.2 of a stop less than the original AD-R6. It's super small. It weighs nothing, and it has a really nice soft pattern. Here's 2 of them, one on each side. Look at this. It's great. Here's what it looks like with one light indoors. It comes with a diffuser attached to it. I just took it off on this. So with the diffuser that it comes with, which you can peel off with a silicone thing here, this is what it looks like. With the diffusion, it has really smooth, soft pattern. It's only half a stop less. And here's what it looks like with 2 lights with diffusion on each one. Look how evenly that light is spread. But remember, this is still hard light. And this, with the diffuser, has the same light output as this. When I'm talking a 120-watt light, this is just the same light output as this. The best thing about this thing is look how portable this is. I mean, this is a reflector, or even this is good right here. Look at this. This is so... Now, if you want to get just a tiny bit even smaller, even lower profile, this thing here, this is a photodiox speed ring. This isn't even really meant to be a reflector, but it gives you very similar results. It's not as bright as the Wellmaking. This is the 6-inch speed ring insert. It's only $10.49. It doesn't get more portable than this. It's very similar to the Wellmaking ring, but this has no hotspot whatsoever. Look at this. Obviously, you're going to give up a little bit of light with it, but look how smooth that pattern is. Perfectly smooth light pattern, even smoother than the 16-inch beauty dish. It's not very bright. It's almost a stop dimmer than the Wellmaking, but you get a super smooth pattern and the tiniest, most compact, lightweight reflector ever, and it's still brighter than this. This still puts out more light and a softer pattern than this. My next favorite one is this little guy here. You know, I love little things. This is a little Godox RFT3. It's called a 5-inch umbrella reflector. I don't know why. I don't use reflectors on umbrellas. It's only $15. I like this one. It's so cute. It's small. It's compact. It's lightweight. It creates an amazingly flat, smooth pattern and a really wide pattern. A huge spot of light, bright all the way across, very friendly, but it's almost 2 stops dimmer than the left photo. But look at the portability here. So that's kind of cool. All right, going from smaller than 7-inch to bigger than 7-inch, we have the RFT 13, which is like 8.5 inches. It's very similar to the, in a 7-inch reflector, but it's bigger and it's got a nice pebble pattern to it. The hotspot has a nice smooth fall off and it's pretty bright. It's 8.2 inches, so a 7-inch diffuser won't fit on it, but the spread pattern is soft enough. You don't need the diffuser. It has a really wide throw. I like it. I like this one. It's basically a 7-inch reflector, but bigger. The lighting is a bit softer and it's easier on the eyes when you have it close to you. It doesn't burn out your retinas. Okay, moving on now. We have the Godox RFT14. This is the RFT13. This is the RFT14. This looks like, to me, like an afterthought, like they riveted two different pieces together to make something interesting, but it actually works pretty good. It's very, very bright. It's kind of hard on the eyes. It creates a good size hotspot, but if you put a frosted filter on it, it becomes more tolerable and has a nice spot pattern with the diffuser. This one is pretty good. It isn't really small, so I'm not going to take this when I travel because it's getting kind of big there, but all right, moving on. Now we have the RFT17. Now this is an interesting one. This is 5.9 inches. Look at that, how shiny chrome that is in there. This is called an umbrella reflector. It has a thing on here for an umbrella. I don't know why they use reflectors for umbrellas, because it creates a narrow beam. You want a wide beam for an umbrella. But anyway, this thing is too bright when it's up close to you like this. It'll literally scald your eyes. It is way too bright. So you got to back it up quite a ways. But when you do back it up a few feet, it looks good. Now, my first impression is, wow, this is great. It has a really nice, bright, nice sized hot spot. It's really nice and portable. When you back it up, it creates a nice, wide, bright spot of light for a portrait shot. It's small, it's portable, but if you look close at the pattern, it's got these weird yellow worms in the hot spot. Like it's got some infection or something. That's kind of weird, and that kind of freaks me out. That means that my face has these little yellow worms in it. I don't like the thought of that. That doesn't make me feel good, so I don't know about that one. But anyway, so let's get into these big ones here. This is a Sunfo 16-inch beauty dish, and this is with and without. I don't like the deflector in there myself, but these things are lightweight. They produce a bigger, softer light. And when they're like this, it actually doesn't hurt your eyes at all. It's really easy on the eyes. It's very easy to look at. It's not very bright, though. It does take down the light quite a bit. But it produces a really nice quality light. I like these. They are very fun to play with, and they produce a very smooth pattern, almost no hot spot whatsoever. And here's what it looks like when you have two of them, one on each side without a deflector on. And here's what it looks like with the deflector on both lights, and here's what it looks like with the deflector on one light. Like I said, it's very easy on the eyes, so it's just a fun one to have in front of you. Like I said, it's not very bright, but it does produce a nice light. Now, a smaller version of this is this one here. This is a 12-inch. These are 16-inch. This is a 12-inch. This is by Neewer. This is an LD30. This is really easy on the eyes. It has a great soft spread pattern. This one also is not super bright. You need to have it really close to you, but it's kind of big, so that's kind of a tricky situation. It's one stop less than the Neewer or the Left Photo 7-inch, so that means 2 times less light. It's half a stop less than the Godox ADR6 original one. I like it without the deflector. Look at the weird pattern when you have a deflector compared to this when it's off. Plus, the deflector takes it down almost a full stop. The thing I like about this, though, is look how easy the deflector comes off. It just comes right off. It has like these little springy wires that you put it on. And it's not as big and bulky as these things. That's big. If you like a more compact, portable, here you go. All right, let's go to this one. This one here is huge. This is a Glow 70-degree Magnum flood. This is a Magnum. Look how huge that thing is. Now, you'd think this would be great. It'd be a wonderful light. It's impressive and everything, but it has a really bright hot spot, but it's super tiny. It's a minuscule hot spot right where you don't want it to be. So this thing is not very practical. I don't use this. All right, moving on. Now we get to the big ones here. You see people using these things. Here's a medium-sized, focus reflector. This is a Neewer. There's different versions of it by different companies. This is the Neewer FR26. This is a medium focus reflector. It produces a light that's 65 degrees. It's 10.5 inches across here. It comes with 15 and 30 degree grids if you want to make a really small spot. It produces a really clean focus spread pattern with a pretty hard edge. And if you put a sock on it, you get a nice soft pattern, but you lose 2 stops. It's not a bad thing at all. I mean, it actually works pretty good. It produces a nice quality light for portraits and things like that. It produces a beam of light that's like 65 degrees. It's big and it's bulky and it's clunky, but This one is better for sure than this one here. So this is the medium-sized one, and then this is the long one. This is the deep focus reflector. There's different ones. It's 11 inches across here. This front here is the Cheetah Colt 45, or Colt 45. It's manly sounding, right? You got the Westcott version, you got the Cheetah version, you got the Neewer FR30. They're all the exact same thing. And it's a big long one. And what it does is it focuses like a spotlight. The spot is bright all the way across, so there's no wasted light whatsoever. It's really nice. It produces some nice stuff for portraits. Also outdoors. I see a lot of people doing, like when you want like a powerful, harsh light, like portraits of people doing sports and stuff, like somebody catching a football in midair. They use stuff like this. With their flashes, and it produces a really powerful focus beam for somebody that's like 10 feet away. So it's a spotlight, for people that are a little further away. You can actually buy a set where you have this one, and the 7-inch come as a set. It's a Neewer set. It's a FR18 reflector set, standard, the medium, and the deep focus reflector. It's only like $100, $109, something like that. So that's actually a pretty good deal for getting 3 of these different sizes. All right, now that I showed you these big, professional, giant monster ones here, I'm going to show you something that's even brighter. That is just insanely bright. It is the GVM DR30. You think these things are bright? This thing here, my friends, is the brightest by far. It is insanely bright. This has the mother of all hotspots. It's 5 stops more than the MagMod. That's 32 times the amount of light of the MagMod. And it's 40 times the amount of light as the Westcott Octabox. This thing is so bright. If you want to scald someone's face off, this is the light to use. It is insanely bright. So you have to back it up at least 5, 6, 7 feet. Here's what it looks like when you back it up a few feet. Much better, much better. Here's what it looks like indoors. Looks pretty good. This thing is 1 stop brighter than this. So, and it's smaller, it's more portable, it's just easier to handle. So if you want this kind of stuff to work with, especially if you're outdoors and you're trying to have this powerful beam of light out, in the middle of the day, I suggest checking out the GVM DR30. This thing is the mother of all burning, scalding, hot spot lights. And then, of course, we have the Westcott. This is kind of a reflector, if you think about it. Well, it's a silver beauty dish. So you could use it with a deflector plate, or you take that off and then you have just a normal reflector. So how does this compare to something like this? Or something like this? Because it's kind of the same thing if you think about it. It's just bigger. Well, obviously, the light spreads out further, so it's dissipating more. So you're not. This produces such a weak light. This is really only good for indoors. You can't use this outdoors at all. It's the dimmest of all these modifiers I have here. Here it is with a deflector. It creates a horrible pattern with a dark spot when you use a deflector plate, unless you have it at the right distance. And the dark spot is right where the person's head is. You get so little light from this. You actually get more light if you just have this thing by itself open with nothing on it. Now, obviously, I'm talking about continuous video lights here, not flash strobes. So let's get to that. Let me show you what it looks like if you just use this. Here's the pattern on the wall. It is actually one of the softest patterns you could ever have. No modifier at all on the light. It just shoots even light in all directions. So, obviously, it's dimmer than the other ones because there's nothing containing the light, but you get a really soft light. And here's what it looks like. Here's what it looks like if you use just the light with no modifier at all. If you use the photodiode speed ring and put that on there, you think it's not going to do much? This actually adds half a stop of light. Just this nice smooth pattern, but it adds half a stop of light. Every little bit helps, and look how portable this is. By the way, one thing that a lot of people don't understand, they see this nice soft pattern, they think this is soft light because there's no hot spot. Actually, this is hard light. It's just evenly distributed. You still have really hard shadows, especially with the smaller ones like this. So don't think it's soft light. It's just evenly distributed hard light. With that in mind, how would it compare, instead of using reflectors, just using an actual light source, just a bare light? This is the light I was using to test all these things that you're seeing. It's a Ulanzi VL120 by. The Zhiyun X100 is my most go-to travel light for the most power, for the smallest size. It has a little reflector on. This is what it looks like if you project it on the wall. This is what it looks like when you have it indoors, and here's what it looks like when you have it outdoors. And it looks pretty good. It really comparable. It's one of the brightest ones of the bunch compared to most of these. So this really holds up with what I showed you today. So this is the X100. Then we also have my favorite, Wellmaking, 80 watts. Here's the pattern on the wall. Here's what it looks like when you have it indoors, and here's what it looks like when you have it outdoors. Pretty good. It's not super bright, but I mean, it does work really well for, I mean, if you have 2 or 3 of them, you travel. Look, it's got the battery right here. This is the battery. Goes right on there, and this is your whole light. That's it. That's the whole unit. And here's the little Ulanzi EC65 portable light with its little focusing reflector. It doesn't waste any light. It's got a nice flat circle all the way across. It's pretty bright, and it's a really small portable battery-powered light. And then, of course, there's the Photo TJ55 Bi. This one is really lightweight. It weighs nothing. It has a spheric lens on the front, and it has you can go from wide to focus beam. Here's what it looks like on the wall. Here's what it looks like indoors, and here's what it looks like outdoors. This is not one of the brighter ones, but it does work quite well. And here's what it looks like when you have 2 of them, one on each side. Really good.
This thing is cheap. It's only 45 bucks.
You can run it off a D-tap power. So I just wanted you to compare to see what the differences are between just hard light from a light source like this, or something with a reflector. Most of the pictures I've ever taken, and almost every video I do, and every vlog I've ever done, most of them, everything I do is with hard light. If you use more than one light, it gives you kind of the effect of soft light because you don't see hard shadow on the other side. That's what I like to do. I travel fast and hard, and I like small, lightweight, powerful things. You cannot get more power out of a light than with a reflector. Softboxes are just a hassle to use. So anyway, I try to run through this as fast as possible for your educational pleasure. And this is the world of reflectors, and I just can't stop playing and experimenting and sharing my experimenting results with you. So what are my favorite ones? Well, it's these ones here. All these big ones, not for me, because I don't, obviously I'm traveling, the big bulky things just aren't going to work. So here's my favorite ones of the whole bunch. Most of these are small ones. So there we go. So the original, where is it here? The original Godox ADR6. I like that one with the diffuser on it. That's really nice. Really, I mean, it's so cheap and basic. The second one, I left photo. That one's a really cool one with the reflector diffuser. You can get these, buy this at Adorama for a few bucks. Frosted diffuser on that. The fish scale one's really cool. Very similar to the Godox one. You don't even need this for the fish scale one. That's kind of neat with it. The bigger version, the RFT13, is 8.5 inches, just basic why it is. It doesn't even need a reflector. Also, I like that one. Okay, so there's those. The rocket engine one, the one that comes with the SD80D, not easy to get, but this is super bright and compact and powerful. You got to back it up because it produces a really powerful beam. And I really like the ADR9, the one that comes with the Godox AD600 Pro. I just tape it on the front of the, what do you call it? The Ulanzi, and it works great. Really soft light. I love the RFT3 because it's so small, produces a really soft light. And of course, I love the Wellmaking ones because they're just so portable. You cannot buy these by themselves. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to buy the Wellmaking light, but I like to experiment with everything I have. And if you can't get this one, if you don't want to get the Wellmaking, like I said, the very similar is the Photo Diox one, which you can buy by itself. Just realize it's 2/3 of a stop dimmer than this one is, but it does add half a stop to a bare bulb.
I also like the 12 and 16-inch beauty dishes without the deflector plates. They're lightweight, fun to play with, and easy on the eyes.
Then the X100, obviously. Yeah, so these are my favorites, the ones here. All right, well, I hope you got something out of this, and I tried to run through this as fast as I could and inspire you to learn and grow and have fun with photography. Okay, well, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have a good one. Why do I sound like Goofy? Bye-bye.